Welcome back. Now, I want to expand on being a social being. Remember that none of us, although you find sometimes people say, I'm a self made whatever, I'm a self made billionaire, I'm a self made businessman, I'm a self made. The truth is that there is nobody that is self made. After all, you didn't give that to yourself. Okay. So, but we know people try to say that they had to fight for what they've got. Okay. But you don't have to forget that you are not here just by yourself and you're not just on your own. It doesn't matter how you feel, you are not alone. You are a social being. There are people who feel exactly what you're feeling now, maybe not exactly in terms of proportion, in terms of the content. But if you feel sad, there are people feeling sad right now. If you feel happy, there are people feeling happy right now. If you feel jealous, there are people feeling jealous right now. If you feel contented, there are people feeling contented right now. You are never alone. If you are in your room, there are other people in their rooms. Okay? It doesn't matter how you think about it, there are people who are exactly in the same situation you are. Even when you are in a unique place, there are people in unique places. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm just saying that in some ways we are connected, and we are connected because we are humans. Sometimes we carry this to connect with other things that are not human, but we refrain from connecting with fellow human beings because of the perspective life has thrown at us. It's just because you are not a dog. If you were a dog, you will treat dogs like you're treating human beings. Because some people value their dog in a way they don't value human beings, because they have defined human beings as probably wicked beings. That's not what a human being is. That's why we are discussing what we are discussing. Because if you were a dog, you will also call dogs wicked. The way you see others will influence the outcome you can get out of life. It also determines the kind of decisions you'll be making. Some people already have the perspective that people don't love them. And so they go into relationships, they go into new environments, they go into new territories with that mindset that people don't love them. And because they already have that mindset, they end up creating the right kind of environment for hostility. And then when hostility now happens, they say they are just proving me right, not knowing that they were the ones basically creating the environment for hostility just because of their perspective about people. You see, it is important to know that humans, by virtue of our source, humans have love in them. We are social beings for one reason, because inbuilt in us is that desire for connection and that need for love. We are basically wired to give and to receive love. It shows you the kind of source we came from. And so it's important for you to ask yourself, how do I see people? Because what you call out from people is likely going to influence what you get from them. Sometimes you think that people are avoiding you, but you are the one who creates the environment for avoidance. When people see that your face is squeezed all the time, when you carry pain in you that it shows in your face without you knowing, people may want to avoid you so that they will not add to your pain. It doesn't matter what the issue is in your life right now. You can be happy. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to love other people. You need to change the way you see people, and you need to also understand that your vision, your perspective can change the way you make your decisions. As long as you hold a perspective that men are wicked, women are evil, all those negative bias that we have about people, fellow human beings, it will make you, start the process of getting the kind of feedback that you really demanded for. You are going to be the one initiating it all the time. And then when the result comes, you will say it confirms what you have always been thinking. No, you pressed the button and you got exactly what you demanded. Let me also move to the aspect of our vertical relationship. It is also important to know that you are a social being because you are connected to your creator in a unique way, in a way that when that bond does not exist, your life will feel it. Even sometimes you may spend your life denying it, but it will not change reality. Reality always remains as it is, whether you agree with it, whether you like it, whether you love it, whether you hate it or not. What is real will always be real. But the best thing you can do for yourself is to be objective enough to acknowledge reality as you find it. We all grow, we all mature in our thinking, in our ability to cope with facts and truths. But as you find the opportunity, be willing to embrace what is truth. Now, I was talking about vertical relationship. I remember the story of a renowned former atheist, by the way, who left Islam to become an atheist. Because of the culture she grew up in, she had an idea of what God looks like. In her mind, the culture she was brought up in, the Islamic culture she was raised in, gave her the perspective of what God is like. And she never considered that probably that is not how everybody sees God. And so when she left Islam, she left God. She became an atheist and she joined the new atheist movement. She became very popular, but she was all the while battling with depression. She was battling with things inside of her, and things were getting worse until one day, one of the therapists she went to see told her, maybe what is going on is that you are spiritually bankrupt. And she took that information seriously. And then she began to search for truth, not running away from what has hurt her, but actually running towards truth. And then that was when she became a Christian and things changed for her. What I'm trying to pass across is that sometimes our background, the things that hurt us in the past, may paint a picture to us about who God is. But actually, it is not who God is, it is how the people around us painted God to be. So you need to find out where your should I use the word hatred, your anger, your the kind of feeling you have towards God or the mention of anything spiritual, where it came from. Is it from reality? Is it from what somebody else told you? Is it from the foundation that was laid down for you, maybe by your upbringing and by the people you have associated with? Or is it based on truth? Is it based on reality? Human experience goes beyond what we can see, what we can hear. The spiritual is part of human experience. The physical is part of human experience. To limit a human being to just the physical is to lose a portion of what it means to be human. In fact, is to try to ignore the greatest part of what it means to be human. And your life will know it. You may find something to keep you busy and make you feel good about yourself. However, you will still be missing in all that you can achieve and all that you can become in life. And so I just want to drop this with you. Your vertical relationship and your horizontal relationship, they are very important when it comes to you being a social being, because we are not just physical beings, we are spirit, soul, and body. In other words, we have a spiritual side to us, we have a psychological side to us, and we have a physical side to us. All these three aspects must be in good shape for you to maintain a healthy, productive, and successful life.